Hello everyone, today let's design a parking lot system. So we have been asked to design a parking lot system. So basically what the question states here, design a parking lot system where vehicles of different sizes, maybe bike, car, truck, etc. anything, so can be parked. They have given here, right? So the system, just give me a second here. The system should manage entry, exit, parking slots and display availability. So this is what they have given here. The system should manage entry, exit, parking slots and display availability. So this is what they have given, right? So what are the subparts here? So the subparts or the sub question here is, we have to we need to distinguish the vehicle types and how do we accommodate them, right? So how are parking slots assigned? Basically, first available, nearest, first available, nearest and the priority, these three things we have to keep in mind. So third one here is, how do we calculate parking fee? Based on the hour, fixed rate, etc. That also we need to keep in mind. So how to handle multiple floors? Parking lot can have the multiple floors, right? This one, how to handle the multiple floors or sections in the lot. So that's what they have given here. And one more thing, should we allow pre-booking of slots? So allowing of pre-booking of slots is possible, that we need to check as well. So how to manage entry or exit gates and issue the parking tickets, that also we need to keep in mind. So these are the subparts that they have given, right? So basically what we need to do, we have to design a parking lot system where vehicles of different sizes can be parked. Different sizes means whether it can be bike, car, truck, anything, right? So the system should manage entry, exit, parking slots and display availability. These four things we need to keep in mind, right? So first let's discuss the UML diagram, then let's discuss the design considerations as well, and then let's write the code and discuss the complexities of the code that we have written, right? So first let's discuss the UML diagram. So here let's discuss the UML diagram. So let's go with a high level overview here. So here the parking lot consists of floor, we have to check for floor, gate, floors, gates as well as the parking gate. So they have given this one in the question, we have already discussed this one, right? We have to check whether it consists of the floors, different floors, gates as well as the parking rates based on the or the fixed rates, anything, right? So let's see that. And we have to be able to park the vehicle and we have to be able to unpark the vehicle and we have to be able to get the status of the particular vehicle as well, the parked vehicle as well. These three things also we have to keep in mind, right? So here basically parking lot has parking floor, we know this one, floors, right? We are speaking of, right? So this is the sub. Basically within the sub question we were considering parking floor, right? So parking lot has parking floor. Basically parking floor consists of the slots, right? Different slots and floor number as well. We are having different floors and it should consist of the slots that are available within the parking floor and the floor number as well, floor number, right? So we have to be able to assign the slot to the particular vehicle and the particular floor. So that's what here this one states, we have to be able to assign the slot to the particular vehicle in the particular floor, within the particular floor number, right? So that's what this one parking floor consists of, right? Then parking lot uses parking slot as well, right? Parking lot uses parking slot within the parking floor. So parking slot consists of slot ID. First thing here is, it consists of the slot ID. So the second thing is, it consists of the, along with the slot ID, it consists of the type as well. When I say type, it can be either bike, car, truck, etc. Right? So it can be either bike, car, truck, etc. So whether the slot, we have to check whether the slot is occupied or not. Whether the slot is occupied by a particular vehicle or not. These two things, right? First thing is, parking slot consists of the slot ID and type of the vehicle, whether it may be bike, car, truck, etc. Right? So we have based on the slot ID, we should be able to check whether the slot is occupied by a particular vehicle or not. This one I'm speaking of, right? So this is fine. Finally, here the parking slot means when the vehicle is parked in within the particular parking slot, then then the vehicle should have the vehicle number and as well as the type. So when we have parked certain vehicle in the parking slot, vehicle must contain the vehicle number as well as the type, right? Vehicle must contain the vehicle number as well as the type. Type means we have already discussed. This one I'm speaking of. Basically, type means it can be either bus. In this case, we are considering bus, this one car and truck, right? For this particular example, we are going with bus, car and truck. Just keep this in mind, right? So this is the high level overview, right? So this is the high level overview. I hope this is completely clear, easy to understand, right? The parking lot consists of the floors, gates and parking rates. We should be able to park vehicle here. We should be able to unpark vehicle as well, and we should be able to get the status of the particular vehicle as well. So parking lot consists of the parking floor. Basically, parking floor has different slots and the floor number, right? We should be able to assign the slot for the particular vehicle and the based on the particular floor number, right? This one I'm speaking of. So next one here, parking slot. So parking floor has parking slot which consists of the slot ID and type, whether it can be bus, car or truck. Here in this case, we have to check whether the slot is occupied by a particular vehicle type, basically, right? So this is fine. Next, finally, parking slot. So if a vehicle is already parked, then we have to have the vehicle number of the particular vehicle, right? And its type, whether it can be bus, car and truck. So this is the idea, basically. This is the high level overview and the idea, right? So I hope this is clear. Next, let's quickly discuss the design considerations here, right? First thing, before writing the code, let's discuss these things, right? So let's discuss the design considerations here. So we will be making use of the enum. So why we will be making use of the enum? For the vehicle and slot types. For vehicle and the slot types, we will be making use of the enum. This will be handy. Enum will be handy, right? So we'll be making use of the enum for vehicle and slot types. And second thing here is we will map the vehicle types to the allowed slot types. So we will mark the vehicle types to the allowed slot types, to the particular allowed slot types, right? This is very important. Just keep this in mind. So this is the idea basically we are discussing, right? So we will design gate, ticket as well as the payment service separately if needed. First, we will design gate, ticket as well as the payment service, right? Separately if needed. Separately if needed. This is important. This is fine. So the final step is we have to store the ticket information for calculating the charges during exit. We have to store the ticket information somewhere, right? So we have to calculate the charges during the exit. During the exit, we have to obviously charge the payment, right? So charge the fee, right? Basically for parking the vehicle. So we have to store the ticket information for calculating the charges during the exit. So this is very important as well. These are the 4 things that we need to consider, right? So here, so the time complexity here would be for the code that we are writing would be basically big of n, and the space complexity would be big of n as well. Just keep this in mind. The time complexity would be big of n, and the space complexity will be big of n as well, right? So just keep this in mind. So now we have the idea, right? Now let's start writing the code. So we have already created I have already created the Java project here, new Java project. So the build tool I have made use of here as this one, Maven. You can just go with the Gradle as well. It doesn't matter. Any build tool you can go with, either Maven or Gradle, right? So I have just went with the Maven here. So let me comment this one first. So just give me a second here. Let me comment out this one, the question. So let me remove this one. So what shall we do now? Let's start writing the code, right? Initially, so I have just named this one as parking lot. The class name, I have named this one parking lot, right? So you can just clearly see here. Within the src folder we have main, right? So within that one I have named the file name as parking lot, or I have named the class as parking lot, right? So the first thing here is let's import the Java utility class, like list, array list, right? So for that one we will be going with the import java dot util star. This is fine. We have successfully imported the Java utility classes, right? So this one, why it is taking like this? Just give me a second here. Star. So this is fine. So the next step is we have already discussed this one, that we will be making use of the enum to represent the different vehicle types, right? So I'll just go with enum here. So vehicle type, within the vehicle type, let's mention, we have already discussed this one, it will be bike, car, as well as truck, basically, right? These are the vehicle types. So within the enum means within the vehicle types we have bike, car, and truck. Basically we are making use of the enum to represent the different vehicle types here. So let's move on with the next one here. In this case, what we'll be doing, let's go with the class vehicle to represent a vehicle, or let's go with the class to represent a vehicle. So I'll just give here class vehicle, right? So within this class means within the vehicle class, what we will be doing, so let's go with the vehicle registration number as well as vehicle type. Vehicle type means again bike, car, or truck. First let's go with the vehicle registration number. So here this will be of the type string. I'll just give number here, vehicle number, right? I'll just give number here. And also we have to go with the vehicle type, either it may be bike, car, or truck, right? So I'll just give here vehicle type. I'll just give type here. This is fine. So the next step here is we are going with the constructor to initialize a vehicle. We have to initialize a vehicle somewhere. For that we'll be making use of the constructor. So I'll just go with here vehicle. Within this I need the parameters number as well as the type, right? So number is of the type string basically. So I'll just give a number, as well as we have mentioned vehicle type as well. Vehicle type. We already have written this one, type. So within this one, within the constructor we have to assign the vehicle number as well as we have to assign the vehicle type. So I'll just go with this keyword here, this dot number equals number, and also we have to assign the vehicle type as well. So I'll just go with this dot type here, and this case it is type. This is fine, easy to understand, right? So let me come out of the constructor here. This is fine. Let me come out of the class itself, class vehicle. This is fine. So next we are going with a class to represent a parking slot. Means class parking slot will be going with. Basically we are going with a class to represent a parking slot. First class was vehicle, this one vehicle, and the second class we are going with now here as this one. What do we call? Parking slot, right? So I'll just go with class parking slot. This is fine. So within the parking slot class, what we will do, we need unique ID of the slot first. So I'll just go with the ID, which is of the type int, and the type of the vehicle this slot can particularly accommodate, right? So we need that one as well. We have already done that one within the this class, previous class as well, vehicle class as well. So I'll just go with the vehicle type here on this case. So this one I'll just make this one capital V. This is fine. This is vehicle type. So in this case, did I give capital V here? No. So this one I have spelled this one wrong actually. Vehicle type. So this is fine, right? This dot type equals what this is showing basically. Provided vehicle type. Just give me a second here. Oh, this one. This one has to be capital V here on this case, right? So this one has to be capital V. This is fine. Make mistake anywhere. Required type vehicle type. provided vehicle type. Oh, this one has to be capital B as well. Just give me a second here. This is fine now, right? So this is completely fine now. So within the parking slot, what we are doing here, vehicle type. So next, we need to know that whether the slot is currently occupied or not. So I'll just go with the is occupied, which is of the type boolean. Is occupied. This is fine. So the next thing is the vehicle. We have to get the vehicle currently that is parked in the slot. If any vehicle is already parked in the particular slot, we have to get that vehicle, right? So for that one, I'll just go with the vehicle. This is fine. Simple. So next, let's make use of the instructor for the constructor for the parking slot, right? So we have to assign certain things. So I'll be making use of the constructor here. This will be parking slot, which consists of the parameters ID and type. So this will be vehicle type. This is fine. Within the constructor, so we need to set the slot ID. So we have already discussed this one in the UML diagram. We need to set the slot ID, and also we have to set the type, and we have to initialize the slot that is empty. We have to initialize the slot as empty. We can just make use of the boolean value, right? So first, let's set the slot ID here. This will be this dot id equals id in this case, and we have to set the type as well. Type means either it can be bike, car, or truck. In this case, I'll just go with this dot type equals type. This is fine. The next step is initial slot is always empty. Initially slot is empty, right? So I'll just give here this is occupied here. I'll just make use of is occupied, and let me assign this one to the boolean value false here. This is fine. Let me come out of this one constructor. So just give me a second here. Let me come out of the constructor. So let's check if the vehicle can fit on this slot or not. So let me go with the boolean. I'll just name this one can fit vehicle. So within this one, I'll just give vehicle. This is fine. Within this one, I'll just return this dot type vehicle dot type here is occupied. This is fine. So I'll just come out of this one. So we have to park the vehicle in the slot, right? If the slot is available, we have to park the vehicle in the slot. So I'll just go with here void method park here. So I'll just give here vehicle. This is fine. So within this one, let's assign the vehicle to the slot and mark the slot as occupied. Assign the vehicle to the slot means this dot vehicle here. In this case, let's assign the to the slot, right? So this dot vehicle to vehicle itself in this case, and here this dot is occupied. We are setting this one to true. Means what we have done here, we have assigned the vehicle to the slot and we are marking the slot as occupied here. Simple, right? So we are just going step by step. Whatever we discussed in the UML diagram, that's what we are implementing, the same thing in the form of code. Exact same thing we are implementing. Means if you know the diagram, you should be able to articulate the same thing in the form of code. Exactly, you should do the same thing in the form of code. We are implementing or articulating the same thing in the form of code here. The UML diagram that we discussed, and also this one, design considerations also. We have went with the design considerations as well, right? And also we discussed the complexities. So before the complexities, we went with the UML diagram as well as the design considerations. That's what we are articulating same thing in the form of code here. So after parking the vehicle in the slot, we should be able to unpark the vehicle from the slot as well. So I'll just consider same thing. Void, instead of park, I'll just name this one unpark this time. So this one, within the unpark, what I'll do, we have to remove the vehicle and we have to mark that slot as free. for removing the vehicle, what I'll do, this dot vehicle here in this case, what happened here? So we have to pass any parameters, no, right? So this dot vehicle, I'll just set this one to null. This is fine. Oh, I have given comma here. That is the reason. Okay, fine. So here, after removing the vehicle, we have to mark that particular slot as free. So I can write in this way. So we have made use of is occupied, and we will set this one to false. Right? This is not occupied now. We have successfully removed the vehicle. After removing the vehicle, we have to mark that slot as free. So that's what we did here. Let me come out of this one entirely. Right? So two classes we have written successfully. This one, vehicle class, as well as the parking slot class. Now let's move on with the third class here. Now let's move on with the third class here. Nothing but the parking floor. Accordingly with the diagram we are going, right? So now we are going with the parking for class. Nothing but class to represent each floor in the parking lot. So I'll just give here class parking floor here. This is fine. Within this class, what we will do, we need the floor number. We are going with the parking floor class, right? So we need the floor number. Floor number was there in the UML diagram, and also the list of parking slots on this particular floor, right? List of parking slots on the particular floor, right? So for the floor number, I'll just go with int floor. Sorry, what happened here? Floor number, or let me give the capital N here. Floor number. This is fine. And also we have to go with the list of parking slots on the particular floor. So I'll just make use of the list here. In this case, list. So this one, let me pass the parking slot here. This is fine. Parking slot. I'll name this one slots. This is fine. Right. Now, as usual, let's make use of the constructor now. We have to initialize certain things, right? So basically we have to initialize the floor with slot counts for each type. So that is the reason we'll be making use of the constructor. Let's quickly write the code here. I'll just go with parking floor, which consists of, we need the parameter floor number, as well as we have the slots for what types. Basically three types we have, means vehicle types. So basically three vehicle types here. One is bike, one is car, and one is truck. So we need three of them. So here in this case, I'll just go with int bike slots, int car slots, and int truck slots. So this is fine. So within this one, within the constructor, let's set the floor number first. So this dot, I'll just go with floor number. Let's assign this one to the floor number. This is fine. After setting the floor number, what we need to do, we have to initialize the empty slot list. So I'll just go with here, in this case, this dot slots. Let's create the array list here. I'll just go with array list here. This is fine. So what happened here? Just give me a second here. This dot slots here. This one, let's create the new array list. This is fine. So then what we will do, within the constructor, we have to go with the slot ID counter as well. So let me initialize ID to 1. This is nothing but the slot ID counter, right? So this is fine. First, let's create the bike slots. Now what we are doing, we will be making use of the for loop, right? So we will be creating the bike slots, we will be creating the car slots, and we will be creating the truck slots. Let's do that quickly. First, let's create the bike slots here. So I'll just make use of the for loop here, and I equals 0, I less than bike slots here. So let's increment the I here. Within this for loop, what we will do, I'll just go with the add property. So we already have the parking slot class here. Let's make use of parking slot here. Let's increment the ID here, and let's go with the vehicle type dot. So basically we are creating the bike right here. We are creating the bike slot. So I'll just go with the vehicle type dot bike. This is fine. So let me copy the same thing here, this one for loop. We have successfully created the bike slots. We have to create the car slots as well, and we have to create the truck slots as well. Let me paste this one twice and make the necessary changes here. So here in this case, this will be I equals 0. Instead of I less than bike slots, I'll just make this one car slot. So this is fine. Slots dot add remain the same. New parking slot, this is fine. ID plus plus, this remains same. Vehicle type dot, instead of bike, let's go with the car, right? So same thing, let's do the same thing for the truck as well. Here in this case, instead of this one bike slots, we will go with the truck slots, right? So here, instead of vehicle type dot bike, we'll go with the vehicle type dot truck. This is fine. So I'll just come out of this one. We have just come out of the constructor basically. So next, let's try to assign the slot for the given vehicle. So we have to assign the slot for the given vehicle, right? So for that, let's write the code. So I'll just go with here parking slot. We have to assign the slot. So I'll just go with the name assign slot here, method assign slot here in this case. So I'll just give vehicle V. This is fine. So within this, what we'll be doing, let's iterate all the slots first. So let's make use of the for loop here. Let's iterate all the slots. I'll just go with parking slot. So individual slot of slots, right? So this is fine. Within the for loop, what we will do, let's check the compatibility and the vacancy. What slot is availability, compatibility, as well as the vacancy, whether there is a vacancy to park the vehicle within the particular slot, right? So let's check the compatibility as well as vacancy. So I'll just write the simple if condition here. If slot can fit vehicle, will be going with. So let's pass the parameter v here in this case. So here within the if condition, what we will be doing, so after checking we are just checking the compatibility and vacancy, right? We should be able to park the vehicle and we have to return the parked slot. Within the if condition, we have to write that one, if I'm correct, right? So we are checking for the compatibility and the vacancy. We have to be able to park the vehicle as well as we have to return the parked slot. So I'll just go with this one. First, we need to be able to park the vehicle. For that one, I'll just go with slot dot park here. In this case, let's pass v here. This is fine. This is fine. We have two. This is here. Only one. Park of v. This is fine. Next, we have to be able to return the parked slot. Means let's just return the slot here on this case. So this is fine. What error this is having? Change the first parameter, park from vehicle to vehicle. So here in this case, yeah, this has to be capital V. So this is fine. What happened here? This is fine, right? So do we have any error here? What happened here? Unpark is never used. We have not used. We have not yet used this one. We'll be making use of it. So this is fine. Double negation. This occupied. This dot occupied. So here in this case, can fit vehicle, right? This one. So just give me a second here. Can fit vehicle. We are just going with a single negation, not the double negation. So where is this one? Let me make this a single negation. This is fine. Do we have any error? This one, what this is saying? Missing package data arc.example. So this is fine. This is fine. Yeah. Next, so here in the line number this one 88, we have successfully returned the parked slot. Then if no slot is available, then we have to return null, right? So let me give here return null. Simple. Let me come out of this one entirely. So just give me a second here. What happened? So let me type this one again. Return null. So let me come out of this one entirely. So we need to try to unpark the vehicle with a given number. If unparking is needed, then we need to try to unpark the vehicle with a given number. So let's write the method for that. Boolean. I'll just go with unpark here. This is fine. So I need this one parameter vehicle number. Based on the vehicle number itself, we will be able to remove the vehicle or unpark the vehicle, right? So I'll just go with here vehicle number. This is fine. Within this method, what we will do, let's write the simple for loop here for parking slot. So we will consider individual slot of slots. So I'll just go with slots. This is fine. So within this for loop, let's write the simple if condition here. If slot, if it is already occupied, and slot vehicle, this one vehicle number, we have to get the number, and based on the vehicle number, we have to remove that particular vehicle, right? Unpark that vehicle. So that equals vehicle number parameter that we have passed, this one. Then what we need to do, we need to unpark and free the slot. So I'll just go with same thing. Park and unparking are completely similar, right? So in parking, we are assigning this one, assigning the slot to the particular vehicle. Here, based on the in the unparking, based on the vehicle number, we are removing that particular vehicle, or we are unparking the particular vehicle based on the vehicle number, right? So here in this case, I'll just go with slot dot unpark. This is fine. We are just unparking and freeing the slot here in this case. After doing that, if the unpark is successful, then we have to return true in that case, right? So I'll just go with return true. So if the vehicle is not found on the particular floor, then we have to return false in that case. So I'll just go with return false. This is fine. So the next step here is we have to print the status of all the slots on this floor. We have to print the status of all the slots on the particular floor, or when I say on this floor, on the particular floor, right? So let's print the status of all the slots on the particular floor. So I'll just go with the method print status here. Print status here. So within the print status method, first let's write the same thing. I'll just copy the same thing here. This one for loop. So here in this case, let me do the same thing. So this is fine. Within the for loop, what we will do, we have to print the status, right? So for printing the status, I'll just make use of here system.out.println. So here in this case, what shall I do here? Let me do one thing. Within the string, I'll just give slot ID. In the string, I'll just give slot ID here. Slot ID, let's make use of the concatenation here. I'll just go with slot.id concatenation. Then what we have, this should be within the strings as well. So this one here, this is fine. Let's go with the type as well here in this case, right? Type. Let me do one thing here. Yes, I'll just go with slot dot type here in this case, right? So let's concatenate the occupied as well. So this one I'll just go with occupied. So here in this case, plus slot dot I'll just go with is occupied. This is fine. We are getting some error here. What's the error here? Not a statement, introduce local variable. Let's check what is wrong here. So we don't want here this one, right? So this is fine. So did I miss something here? Start ID, this is fine. Do one here. Do one thing here. So here in this case, slot ID we are going with. So yeah, this was the wrong thing, I think. So this is fine. So yeah, now this is fine. So after this one, what shall we do? Let's come to the main system class here, right? Let's come to the main system class here. So here we are going with the main system class here, right? I'll just mention here public class this one, parking lot. So within this class, what we will be doing here? So what happened here now? Just give me a second here. Parking class. Programma. So within the main system class, let's get the list of all the floors in the parking lot. So we'll be making use of the list, as I've said here. Within the list, let me go with parking slot, parking floor, right? So we are getting the list of all the floors in the parking lot here in this case. So I'll just go with floors here. This is fine. The next step is quite obviously constructor. We'll be making use of the constructor. Why? We have to initialize the parking lot with n floors, right? So that is the reason we'll be making use of the constructor here. So I'll just go with here public parking lot here. In this case, I need the parameters here, floor count. So I'll just go with floor count here. In this case, I need the parameter bike per floor, bike per floor here in this case, and car per floor here. So this will be car per floor and truck per floor here. In this case, we'll just go with truck per floor. This is fine. So within the constructor, what we'll be doing, let's initialize the floor list first. So I'll just go with this dot floors here. In this case, let's create the array list here. This one array list. This is fine. We have successfully initialized the floor list here. After initializing the floor list, let's create the each floor with a given slot counts, right? Let's create the each floor with given slot counts. For that one, we'll be making use of the simple for loop here. I'll just put for here in this case, and I equals 0, I less than floor count. So, and let's increment the I here. This is fine. So within when I said create each floor with a given slot counts, within the for loop, what we will be doing, we have to add, right? So I'll just make use of the add property here, floor dot add new here. In this case, parking floor. So this will be parking floor of I plus 1. This is fine. And bike per floor, this is fine as well. Car per floor, this one as well, and truck per floor as well. So this is fine. I missed something here. Did I miss something here? So why double parenthesis here? In this case, single parenthesis is enough. So this is fine. Floor, this is floors actually. We have considered floors, right? Initialize floors here. This is fine. So next, I'll just come out of this one. So the next step is we have to try to park the vehicle, right? So we have to try to park the vehicle. So I'll just go with here public boolean. So let me go with the park vehicle here in this case. Park vehicle. So this one will be vehicle. This is fine. So what is this showing actually? Class vehicle is exposed outside. Let's define visibility scope. So this is fine. Basically this is fine for now. So let's iterate all the floors, try to assign the slot as well. So I'll just give here for parking floor, individual floor of floors. Let's consider here individual floor of floors. This is fine. So within this floor, what shall we do? Let's try to assign a slot. So I'll just go with here in this case parking slot. Let me go with the variable s here, floor dot, we have already made use of this one, we have already written assign slot. We'll be making use of the assign slot, and let's pass the v here. In this case we are just trying to assign the slot, right? If success, if we have successfully assigned the slot, then we have to return boolean value true, right? So in this case we can just try to implement in this way. If s, basically if it is not equal to null, then what we will do, I'll just, we need to print certain things, right? I'll just give here in this case vehicle parked at floor. So we are doing this one within the string here basically, so this is fine. Let's concatenate the floor number here. We have the floor number, right? So yeah, I have to give here, this is fine, floor number. And let's do one thing, we need to get the slot as well. So I'll just go with the slot here in this case. So here this one we have made use of s, right? I'll just go with the sid here, s.id and slot id. So this is fine. So if it is, we have successfully, if we have successfully tried to, assigned the slot to the particular vehicle, then we have to return true in that case. So I'll just go with true here in this case. This is fine. Let me come out of this one entirely. So here in this case we give s out here. So if we have not successfully, if you are not able to assign the slot to the vehicle, if it is not success, then what we have to do, let's give some message here, no available slot, no available slot for the particular vehicle type. So I'll just give you, we'll start for the vehicle type. Let's concatenate the vehicle type as well. I'll just go with p dot type here. This is fine, right? So if full, or if we fail to assign the class, this one slot to the vehicle, then we have to return boolean value false in that case, right? So this is fine. So let me come out of this one. So now we have to try to unpark the vehicle by the number. So we have to try to unpark the vehicle by number. So now we are trying to unpark the vehicle based on the number, right? Based on the vehicle number. So let me quickly write here public boolean. So I'll just give the name unpark vehicle here, simple. So this is of the type, so this will be vehicle number basically. I'll just go with vehicle number, which is of the type string. This is fine. So let's write the simple for loop here. I should have copied the same thing. Everywhere we are doing the same thing, right? So this is fine. Let me type this one quickly. So this one for parking floor, individual floor of floors here in this case. So this is fine. Within the for loop, what we will be doing here, let's write the simple if condition here. If floor dot unpark here in this case, based on the vehicle number we are unparking, right? So unpark based on the vehicle number here. So why this is considered in two parentheses here? This is fine. Vehicle number. Then what we'll do, I'll just make use of the s out here in this case. So I'll just give vehicle unparked from the floor. This is fine. So here let's do one thing. Let's concatenate the floor number basically. I'll just give floor number. This is fine. So this has to be floor dot floor number, right? So why did I leave space here? This is fine. Dot floor number. So if we are successful in removing the vehicle or unparking the vehicle, then what we need to do, we have to return true in that case. So I'll just go with return true here. So unparked from the floor. What's wrong here? Typo in the word unparked. This is correct itself, right? Unparked. This is fine. Method unpark vehicle Java is never used. This is fine. So we have written true. This is fine. Let me come out of this one here. So I'll just give s out here. If the vehicle is not found, then let's give a message here, vehicle not found. If you're not able to find this one vehicle number, or if you're not able to unpack the vehicle, so then we'll give a message vehicle not found, right? So this is fine. In that case we have to return false as boolean value false here. So let me refactor the code here. Just give me a second. Yeah, this is fine. I'll do one thing. Let me come out of this one. Here let's show the parking status floor by floor. We have to show the parking status floor by floor accordingly with the UML diagram that we have discussed, right? So I'll just give here in this case public void. This is nothing but the get status. We have to get the status. We should be able to get the status within the parking list, right? Parking, unparking, and we should be able to get status of that particular vehicle as well. Means we have to store the, we have to show the parking status floor by floor. In this case I'll give public void get status. So here I'll just go give the name get status here. So within the get status method, what I'll do, I'll just make use of the for loop here in this case. So let me go with parking floor. This is individual floor of floors here in this case. This is fine. So within the for loop, what we'll do, I'll just we have to print a message, so I'll just go with a s out here in this case. So this one s out, this will be floor. Let me do one thing, floor or floor number here, floor number. This is fine. So the next step here will be I'll be making use of the floor dot print status. This is fine. This is it for the get status method. I'll just completely come out of it. The final step here is let's go with the main method, nothing but the testing. Let's test with some vehicles and all, right? Let's see. Let's write the code. Let's write the main method for testing basically here. In this case I'll just go with public static void, and just give me a second here, string argument. So let's create the parking lot with 2 floors, 2 bike, 2 car and 1 truck. Again I'm telling, we are creating a parking lot with 2 floors, 2 bike, 2 car, 1 truck slots per the floor. So I can just write in this way, parking lot here. In this case let me make use of the variable name p. So here in this case new parking lot. Where is parking lot? Here, parking lot of 2 floors, 2 bikes, 2 cars and 1 truck. So 1. This is fine. So here the floor count 2, bike per floor 2, car per floor 2, truck per floor 1. You can clearly see here, right? So let's move on with the next step here. Park. We have to park different vehicles, right? So we have to give some. Let's give some random vehicle number and vehicle type. So I'll just go with here p dot park vehicle we have made use of, right? So I'll just go with p dot park vehicle, new vehicle, new vehicle. So what is happening here? So let me scroll. So here let me give some random number here, k01. So this one let me give here pi some random number 1 2 3 4. This is fine. Also we have to mention the vehicle type as well. So I'll just go with here vehicle type dot bike here. In this case bike. This has to be capital letter. Sorry. This is fine. Let me copy the same thing twice here. In this case, sorry, what happened here? So I'll do one thing. So here let me hit the enter. V. This is fine. So here in this case, K02. This one instead of di, I'll just make this one to ca. This one, instead of 1 2 3 4, let me give some random number 9999. So this is fine. So I'll, instead of bike type, let's change from bike to car here. Instead of bike, this one, I'll just change this one to truck here. On this case, name here, let me give 02. I have considered K03. Let me give here, instead of CA, let me give something IT, IY, anything. So I'll just give here IT in this. So this will be 1 2 3 4 itself. Let it be 1 2 3 4 itself, right? It doesn't matter. So next step here is we have to print the current status, right? So we have already written the method get status. So I'll just go with p dot get status. We are just printing the current status. After printing the current status, we have to be able to unpark the vehicle. So let's try with this one, p dot unpark vehicle. Where is unpark? I'll just type here unpark vehicle. Let's unpark any vehicle. So in this case, let's go with the this one, first one. Let's try with the first one here. So we have to copy along with the strings, right? So I'll just copy this one and paste it over here. Unpack the vehicle, this one. So let me give the semicolon here. The final step is here, we have to check the status of unparking. So again, get status. We're making use of the get status again here. So this is fine. So this is it for the code. Let me refactor this once. So yeah, so that this looks nice. So this is it for the code. We went step by step, right? According to with the condition or the requirement that they have given in the question, right? So let me try to run this one. So let me hit the run button here. Let's wait for some time. See, you can see the build here, right? So let's wait for some time. So we are getting the error here on the line number 72, expected parenthesis. So let's go to the line number 72. What happened here? Extra parenthesis we have. So yeah, here I have considered 2 parentheses actually, which is not required. I'll remove 1 parenthesis here. It's fine. I think now it works. I don't know. Let's see. Let me rerun this one. Again we are getting the error, line number 76. Let's check what is. So again I have given extra parenthesis here. The line number 76, this is fine. Now let me come to 78, same error, extra parenthesis here. So for these 3 within the for loop, I have given extra parenthesis here. So let me rerun this one. So here we are, we are getting this one, right? Let me enlarge this one here. Just give me a second. So here you can clearly see, right? So vehicle parked at floor 1, slot 1. Vehicle parked at floor 1, slot 3. Vehicle parked at floor 1, slot 5. So floor 1, slot ID. So this one, type bike we are getting occupied, true. Type bike again occupied, false. Car occupied, true. Car occupied, false. Truck occupied, true. So this one in the floor 1, floor 2, again we are getting in the floor 1 and floor 2, right? So this is working correctly. The code is working obviously correctly, right? So I hope this is it. So what you can do, let's discuss some other things as well here in this case. So you can go with the additional design as well. You can just consider the scalability here. In this case, you can add ticket as well as the payment classes, right, for the large scale use. For you can just add the ticket as well as payment classes for the large scale use here in this case. So for the concurrency part, you can just make use of the locks, right? Means you have to go with the multi-threading access if needed in the real time. Nothing but I'm speaking of the concurrency here, right? So you can just make use of the different design patterns as well, right? So you can just go with the factory design pattern for creating the vehicles, strategy for fee calculation, and singleton if the central controller class is basically needed. Then you can go with these design patterns, right? So complexities we have already discussed. So time complexity is big of n and the space complexity is big of n as well. Time complexity is big of n, where n is nothing but number of floors into slots by floor, slots divided by floor, right? So overall time complexity would be big of n, and the space complexity would be big of n as well for the slot tracking basically, right? So for the slot tracking, this one, the space complexity is big of n as well, right? I hope this is completely clear. So one more thing here, we are not getting the slot id here, right? So instead we are getting this one on the string. So this is fine, this is working basically. uh, Occupied, this one, this is fine. This works absolutely correct, but in this case we are not getting the slot id. So here let's come to the print status here. In this case, let me remove this one here. This is fine. Let me run the code again here in this case. So we have error here, unclosed string literal we have. So let's see. So yeah, this one also I need to remove, right? So no need of string for this. So let me rerun this one again. So yeah, now you can clearly see we are getting the slot id correctly. So here in this case, string was the problem, right? So double inverted comma, placing of double inverted comma was wrong here. So we are getting the output correctly now. Vehicle part at floor 1 slot 1, floor 1 slot 3, floor 1 slot 5. This one at floor 1 we are getting this one, slot id 1 2 3 4 5, type bike car truck. So this is fine. Floor 2, this is fine. Again bike car truck. So here you can clearly see here at the floor 2, you can clearly see here unparked from the floor 1, right? Vehicle unparked from the floor 1. This is fine. Floor 1 again. So we are getting this one again. Yeah, this is fine. After unparking, right, we are getting this one basically. Again floor 1 and floor 2, this one bike car truck, this is fine. Floor 2, bike car truck, this is fine. So we are getting the correct output, right? So this works absolutely correct on this case, right? We have discussed the additional design notes as well, right? So we have discussed the complexities as well. So this is it. Thanks for watching, guys.